Chris Griscom is the founder of the Light Institute in Galisteo, New Mexico. Individuals from around the world come to the Light Institute to connect with their higher selves and to heal emotional and cellular memories. This energetic healing technology is described in books by Chris Griscom. Time is an illusion, Oceanborn, birth as initiation, the healing of emotion, and ecstasy is a new frequency. Welcome to Knowings with Chris Griscom.
We have the elections coming up in 2008.
Right.
And people are voting Democrats. I guess people in all different parties vote. They try to vote strategically. How are we going to beat the other side? So, maybe we should elect Hillary because, there's a whole story that she's a woman, we want a first female president, or we should elect Obama because he would be the first African American or black president. And so, how can we arrive at a place for the elections where we are really, like you say, speaking, listening within, and electing someone that has that kind of a voice?
I love that. Of course, I could talk about that for hours. But the first thing that comes to my consciousness is really ask yourself, if you were a global leader, what would you change? Do you care about oil? Do you care about water? Do you care about homelessness? What do you care about? And then don't listen to them. Just simply go inside and ask your higher self, who is the one that will support what I need to contribute? Because that's what politics is about anyway. We vote strategically because we think this one's going to give us what we want. Well, what we want may be different than what we think we want. And so we want to listen inside because, for example, there might be a candidate right now who says they're going to do something. But if you ask your higher self, your inner voice, it might say, they're never going to do that. But you might hear a candidate who is interested in the same things you are, and maybe you even say, but no one else will vote for this person. They don't think that person will happen. If you don't vote for the one who moves in that direction, then you've already sold your soul. Then you are being expedient in a way that simply mirrors your own impotence. If everyone voted for who's truly in their heart, that person would win. Is Hitler about us? Absolutely. Is Jesus the Christ about us? Absolutely. Is Obama about us? Absolutely. Is Hillary about us? And so, ultimately, we have to ask inside, who of these people can I align with? Who reflects what I care about, what I want to be as a human being, whether I belong to this party or that party or another party or one that isn't even come yet. We don't want to be expedient and sell out by saying, well, I'll vote Democratic because the Democrats are going to win. Well, don't we have an example of that already? Didn't we say, the American public, we don't want war, so we voted for the Democrats? Who is funding the war right now and the war coming up in Iran? The Democrats. So we sold out. And then we said, it's those guys. Instead of saying, what was true for us? How do we participate? Because if you're not participating, zip the lip, as my daughter says, button the beak. And get about your business. Yes. So, how do we know? We only know what's true for us. That's the only thing that matters in the world. What is true for you? What do you care about? And how do you play with it? Not, will I beat my breast? Will they pat it on the back? Will someone see me? Will I become wealthy because I do this? But I do it for me. Maybe you do it because you've been the killer or you've been the one that took it away from someone else in another lifetime. It's not so far-fetched to recognize that we have seas upon seas of incarnations of the soul. And so the only thing that matters ever in life is what we do. And fortunately for us, it's not about laying down in front of the bulldozer. We can do it with our pen. We can do it in our meditation. And when we focus on it, we can feel the freedom that comes to us. That's what creative energy is. When we have done it and we're at peace, that's when the ideas come. Oh yeah, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. And suddenly we see that there are 1,000 ways to accomplish something. And it becomes a game, and it becomes fun. I was talking to someone yesterday who was working in education with children, and she was talking about getting a grant to help children to learn certain kinds of things. And she wanted to make it into video games, to teach through video games, you know. And I really get what she was doing. Make it fun, and we will do it beyond what we think, even when we don't know it. So often people say, well, but this person's motive is simply self-serving. Fine. They haven't figured out the hologram yet. That's all right. But if they extend in that direction, they will change their lives because they will draw things that are focused in that direction. And pretty soon they'll see themselves in a new way. And what was once expedient will become a reflection of their deepest, truest selves.